Just got done climbing down all them rocks. This is quite the difference from what the trail is all the way up. I see why people don't hike this. All right, so today we're going to be hiking the Rattling Run Trail in Dauphin, Pennsylvania. Never been up that way before, but the trail is supposed to be pretty good. We're not actually hiking just the trail that goes up to the top, though. It's going to be a loop that I found on all trails, so a little bit less traveled, but it cuts back down to the road and back over to make like a big loop. So the people who actually hiked the loop itself said it's a pretty difficult hike, so we'll find out. They also said to hike it counterclockwise because it would be easier that way. So of course I'm like, I'm gonna go clockwise. I'm gonna take the easy route. So okay, so a couple things that I forgot to mention. One, it's about 9.5 miles, so not super far. Around 1,300 feet ascent completely from the parking lot. But the point where the Blue Blaze starts, between there and where you hit the road, is actually only 1 mile long, but you are going to descend all of those 1,300 feet. So it is incredibly steep, and if you look at the map, you can see the contour lines and how far that trail actually goes between those two trails. That's what we're going to do today, so stick with us. It's going to be a great time. Alright, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on the ascent here. It's a gravel road, very well maintained, all the way to the top. Some pretty good views. Luckily, most of the trees around didn't have any leaves on them. You know, we're starting to go into winter here, so there's a little bit more view off the side of the mountain. But for the most part, it's relatively, I'm not going to say boring, but it wasn't very eventful. But it was a nice hike up the mountain. Here's the summit. (1,630 feet). 20 feet from a 5G tower, and I have 0 bars of service. That's fine. The most exciting portion of this hike is actually going to be the descent. So not a lot of people take this route, but the Blue Blaze Trail that travels back down from the top of the mountain to the road at the bottom of the mountain is the most treacherous and the most exciting. Field on the top of the mountain. I would say about a mile down from the summit, I followed the four-wheeler trail and noticed a blue blaze off to the right. Not much of a trail there, but I turned in, knowing that that was the trail that I had to follow, and I started my descent down the mountain. It wasn't too steep at the beginning, however, the trail was not very well marked.
Trail's not as well marked coming this way. Trail's not very well marked coming through here. Most people turn around and go back down the same trail at the top of the mountain. But I'm just gonna follow these blue blazes. It's a couple miles to the bottom. Oh, camera doesn't really do it justice. It is steep coming down here. Now I see why no one wants to do this part of the trail. It's 2 miles of just steep rocks, only broken up by mud. Little creeks you gotta cross. I'll do the best you can. Blue blaze.
Alright, just a heads up, once again, for anybody trying to hike this trail, it is super steep going down. It is all just a bunch of loose rocks. That's why most people recommend that you hike this counterclockwise so you can do this walk up. I went down. That was unwise. So now I'm paying for it.
This is wild steep. Long way down. Just got done climbing down all them rocks. This is quite the difference from what the trail is all the way up. I see why people don't hike this, but I see a blue blaze down there. I'm on the trail. You know it's steep when you're following a waterfall down the mountain. Starting to level out a little bit here. Still pretty steep, but wow, that was just straight down from the top of the mountain. Luckily too, the leaves are covering the ground, so gotta choose your footing very carefully because it's all rocks and they all move, which is fine. Makes sense why there's blue blazes going all up this thing, but very few and far between going down. They didn't feel the need to put a lot of blue blazes on the downward side because they didn't think a whole lot of people would be dumb enough to hike down this. And it is dumb. I recommend this to nobody. That's nice though. So pretty easy walk now coming down, but on the way up there it is just a half pipe of rocks. Lots of rocks. I never thought I'd sweat so much coming down a mountain, but it is, I want to say worth it. I would say it's worth it if you go up this way and down the other side. Even though I don't recommend someone going up this either, unless they're very experienced hikers, because it is up towards the top, straight up,
Yeah, absolutely straight up. And all rocks. Big ones, little ones. The trail's not very well marked. But if you're gonna do this trail, like they say on the internet, if you're gonna tackle this side of the mountain, go counterclockwise. I'm doing this clockwise. They didn't recommend it. I understand why they don't recommend it. But now it's starting to turn into a nice trail here. Camera doesn't really show it well. It never does, but it's still pretty steep, pretty rocky. Of course, everything covered up with leaves. But definitely better than straight up a mountain on rocks. I felt like a billy goat there for a while. Also, I would not call this an easy day hike at all, so I recommend bringing poles. I did not. That was stupid. It would definitely be useful to have 3 points of contact at all time on the way up or down this mountain. Definitely down. So, yes. Also, as you can see, there's blowdowns all over the place around this trail. I'm just gonna go around that one. And every minute or so, I can hear the creaking and the falling of a tree in the distance, so that makes me pretty confident. Oh, back to the trail. See, it's not so steep right here. It's just rocks and leaves. A lot better than up there. As I say that, I literally trip over a rock. Very nice. Oh, that's pretty sad. Well, pretty nice and shallow now. Man, I was stupid for going up that. Well, not up it, down it. Up would be the smart thing to do, if at all. You could just do what most people do and get to the summit and turn around and go down the way you came. Down there, I think I see some water through those trees. So there might be a little creek or something, I'm not sure. See you when we get there. Hey, Blue Blaze. Hey, it's the road. Looks like it's a lot less traveled way down this way, but I guess now I don't know exactly how far. A couple miles down this road to the car, maybe more. Pretty sure. Just happy to be on flat ground again. All right, we're on flat ground. Gonna have lunch. These turkey sandwiches from Royal Farms are the bomb. I can still say that, right? The bomb. We got a couple miles down this road to the little parking lot right there. I saw a couple other people on this trail. But like I said, they were all people going to the top. Same way I went to the top, but then they get to the top and go back to, oh, that's nice. Look at that. Go to the top and then go back down. I kept going. I was like, hey, you guys know about the trail that goes down on the loop? They're like, this is a loop? I was like, that's what All Trail says. They're like, Then I got to almost to the end of the road where it was real nice walking, and off to the right there's some blue blazes, and I was like, there we go. Checked my map and headed down. But you know, they put lettuce and tomato on their sandwiches. I hate when I get a gas station sandwich that doesn't have any vegetables on it. Royal Farms, good job. Guess I skipped a
whole portion of the trail, or portion? Skipped a whole portion of the trail. It didn't take a lot of distance off, but I guess I'm supposed to go down in there and come up here because I just checked the map. It's like a 1/4 mile long, I don't know, scenic view. So yeah, skipped all that. So I guess I'm a piece of shit. I'm just gonna keep walking the road, that's fine. And now it is just a nice flat walk. I just looked at the map too. It's not a couple miles from where I came out on the road. It was actually more like 4. That's cool too. Still walking. It is crazy how long you gotta walk on this road. The road goes the entire length of the mountain, it looks like. I feel like I've been walking on it for like an hour now and I'm still only halfway to the car, but I'll take this over uphill all day. It's cool down there. Lots of nice camping spots. River's over there somewhere. I don't know what it's called. Maybe I'll put a thing in there that says what the river is. Nice. Looks like I don't got too longer to go. Too much longer. I'm so dumb. I'm guessing this is as far as people are allowed to take their cars. So I'm surprised there's no cars out here. What is this, Mall of America? You are here. I think one of these is the parking area, but oh, you know what? I have no idea, and that's fine. Woohoo! Oh, here's the barrier with a sign. Hunt safely. Well, good to know that there's people hunting out here. I guess it would be a good idea to wear orange if I hike here again. Good to know. Wear orange on this trail during hunting season. Okay. We're coming up on the parking lot where I'm at. So, a little over 9 miles. 4 of it was on this road here, which was nice until it just became road and was kind of boring, and there was a lot of people driving through, but pretty nice hike. Pretty difficult if you decide to take the rocks. Woohoo! Here we are.